I signed a few forms, slept for 3 nights, and woke up in the same room. But the clock was wrong, the sky was wrong, and now I'm not sure I ever actually woke up. I needed the money. That's how it started, plain and simple. I dropped out of school, was months behind on rent, and my phone buzzed with overdue notices like clockwork. I was desperate. Then I saw the flyer. Volunteers needed. Sleep research study. $300 per night. No invasive procedures. I called immediately. A woman with a flat voice gave me an address, a date, and told me to arrive rested. The facility was remote, about 45 minutes out of the city, surrounded by forest. My rideshare driver looked nervous just pulling up. "You sure this is it?" he asked. The building was low and gray, more bunker than lab. No signs, no windows. Inside, it was cold and sterile. White walls, soft humming lights, and a smell that reminded me of plastic wrap and bleach. A nurse named Kara took my vitals. She didn't smile once. "No clocks, no watches, no phones," she said, locking my things in a drawer. "We want you to forget time exists." I met the lead researcher, Dr. Kellerman. Thin, pale, always blinking like the lights hurt his eyes. He explained the purpose: monitor deep sleep patterns in isolated environments, track brainwaves, map dream states. He looked me dead in the eyes and said, "Some subjects report vivid dreams. You may experience minor confusion, but don't worry, that's part of the process." They led me to a small room, one bed, one overhead light, a camera in the corner, a wide mirror on the wall. I assumed it was one way. They attached electrodes to my temples, chest, and fingertips. There was a small red button by the bed, just in case I woke up distressed. Night 1 was fine. I slept like a rock, dreamless, peaceful. I woke up groggy but calm. But night two was different. Before I went to bed, Dr. Kellerman asked, "Have you ever experienced false awakenings?" "No," I replied. He wrote something down, then added, "Let us know if that changes." That night, I woke up in complete darkness. The ceiling light was off. The dim blue light under the door was gone. I could still feel the sheets beneath me, cold and stiff. I couldn't move, sleep paralysis. But something felt wrong. There was breathing. Not mine, right beside my face. Then I heard a whisper, just barely audible, right in my ear. "You're not asleep." It was my voice. But I hadn't said anything. The light snapped back on. I gasped, sat upright. Everything looked normal, except the mirror. My reflection was still lying down, not moving, not blinking, like it had been caught doing something it shouldn't have. When I blinked again, it was back to normal. They told me later it was a hypnagogic hallucination. "Expected side effects," Kellerman said, but it didn't feel like a hallucination. It felt like something else was in the room with me. Still, I stayed, because I needed that last $300. On night 3, I lay down with my eyes open for a while, just staring at the ceiling. The light hummed, my breath felt heavy in my chest, and when I finally blinked, the room had changed. Same bed, same mirror, but everything was off. The walls were dull and sepia-toned like an old photograph. The air smelled sweet like burnt sugar and dust. The shadows moved even when I didn't. I looked at the mirror. This time, I wasn't reflected at all. Instead, I saw myself standing, next to the bed, smiling. Then that version of me slowly reached toward the mirror, from the inside. I slammed the panic button. No response. The glass began to ripple like water. Figures appeared behind it. Tall, thin, completely black. No eyes, no mouths, just watching. They whispered, "He's almost ready, almost lucid, almost out." Then I passed out. I woke up again, back in the room, light humming overhead, electrodes still attached. Dr. Kellerman was sitting beside the bed. "How do you feel?" he asked. I sat up, confused. "I want to leave." He tilted his head and smiled gently. "You already did. That was 3 nights ago." I blinked. "No, this is the 3rd night. You checked out a week ago. This is just a follow-up evaluation." I looked down at my hands. They were trembling. He handed me my backpack. It was dusty. The zipper was rusted. The inside smelled like it had been in storage for years. I stumbled out into the hallway. Everything looked familiar, but wrong. The halls were too long. The ceiling lights flickered out of sync. The floor slanted slightly downward, like I was walking into a pit. One door was cracked open. I looked inside. There was someone on the bed, strapped down. It was me, mouth open, eyes moving rapidly under closed lids. I backed away, heart racing. The overhead speaker buzzed. "Subject 3B is unstable. Prepare containment." I ran. I found the exit door, pushed it open, expecting daylight. Instead, I was back in the same room. Same bed, same mirror. Only this time, there was no reflection at all, just the outline of where I used to be. The walls began to pulse, like they were breathing. Then the shadows returned, surrounding the bed, whispering again, "This is your waking state now." I don't know how long I've been here. Days? Weeks? There's no time, no clocks. The lights never change. Sometimes the mirror comes back. Sometimes it's just a blank wall. And sometimes I see other versions of me through it. They're walking, laughing, living. They've moved on. One was playing guitar, another was pushing a stroller. I think they made it out. I think they used me to escape. Maybe I'm the copy, the backup, the one left behind to rot in the simulation. The camera in the corner still blinks, but no one comes in. No food, no voices, just me and the shadows. Sometimes I find paper. Sometimes I write this all down, but it never stays. If you're hearing this, don't sign up for sleep research. Don't trust the mirror. Don't believe your own reflection. And if you ever wake up, check the mirror first. If your reflection blinks before you do, you're still inside.
Subscribe to Horror Story Bar.